Oh, hello.
Hello!
I didn't realise we were on there. He was hooking over there and I was watching him too.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Well, what are you going to do?
how are you, everybody? It's me, Paddy from across the Shuck, and this is Justin, my friend and sidekick. And
Hang on a second. How come I'm the sidekick? Oh, I know I am the
Yeah.
sidekick, aren't I?
Yeah.
If I'm the comic relief, that means that I get killed off in the second half. Inevitably.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
we've got Ghost Malone in, Stephen. We've got Tony's Ponies, Sean. These guys are way too keen.
That's
Way
brilliant.
too keen. And I mean, they've got to get themselves a life at some point. We've got Spiros in.
I wanted to say that. I've been practicing
Sorry,
that.
go.
Hiya, Spiros. yeah.
See that? See, the thing is, what he's trying to do, he's trying to test me because he keeps on putting up his surname as well.
Yeah.
And there's nowhere in God's green earth I'm going to be able to pronounce his surname. So
Spiros, I'm just about doing it because I copy him. I'm mouth to mouth copying.
Okay, so very well.
Norman Johnson, very nice to see you here, my friend. Right, that'll do for now.
We've got about 15 people in.
That's good. We'll not really start properly until about we get somewhere near the 20 mark,
Right,
and then we'll start.
Absolutely.
But for those of you who don't know, who didn't read the title, we're actually doing, a while ago I asked you to give me some pictures of 5 knives. I was doing bokers and I said, whatever you want. So I've got quite a few of you responded. So we've got at least 2 shows where we can pick 5 and talk about them. And for me and Justin, this is brilliant because it's people who don't have YouTube channels. So you never really get the chance to show your knives. Yeah. And I don't get the chance to see your knives. So this is really important for us. And I'm so glad that so many people entered into it. And it was great. So we picked 5 because that's about enough to talk about. Otherwise, you do tend to go on and on. But the first 5 we picked out, I don't think there's a doubler in it.
No, there isn't.
Or if there is, I missed it.
There's some similar ones, but
yeah,
none of them are
doublers.
exactly the same.
So it's
some
really
of them,
nice.
Some really nice knives as well.
By the way, I'll just...
Yeah,
the new Jack Wolf knives. It's a front flipper. I can't use the flipping front flipper, so I don't care. This is just beautiful. But I wanted to show the difference in size. This is so nice doing that compared to this is the size of the original one. And this is the size of the front flipper. So you have got probably about ½ an inch difference in size. And the handle is definitely a bit thicker. Especially at the bottom there, you can see the difference in thickness. Although it's not that much. Well, it is a wee bit in the bottom there. But it's a beautiful big working knife. The clip on it is just amazing.
Turn it around the other way just slightly and hold it right up to the camera.
The clip?
No, turn the knife. Turn it around vertically. So, and hold it up to the camera. No. Just turn it, tip the tail. Right. Yes. So as Mikey is probably trying to figure out it now, yes, it's roughly the same size as we Judd. Okay.
Bless him. But yeah, it's definitely a big difference, but it's very much the same knife, if that makes any sense. The clip on it is amazing. You just do not feel it in whatever grip you're using. I think it's amazing. So, yeah, sadly, I had to change my mind again. I'm still not using the front flipper because it's a stupid tool. It was something invented that was never needed. And the sooner they get rid of them, the better.
I know, but show them the Spidey flick again. That's so sexy.
Oh, it really is. You have a big fuller there. It's just beautiful on both sides. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. It really is. But I still find it weird when you do this because I keep going to pull a knife out and this just comes out so easy. And
there's no tension on it at all.
The one thing you'll miss is that sort of sound. But this was my problem. I couldn't get out of my head that it wasn't a slip joint.
Yeah, and you're missing this.
And that's still my favorite form of opening and closing a knife. But I was confusing this with that. This is a knife all on its own. Is a fantastic Barlow slip joint, out of this world. I'm going to trade Justin for this, but he doesn't know that. The wait till he sees.
Whoops.
But this I've changed. Honestly, I've been able to change my head on it, and it's not a slip joint. It's just a modern knife. And once I've got that into my head,
I think the old titanium probably helps.
Yeah, it's taken away that.
Yeah.
Traditional
sort
look.
of, yes.
Yeah.
So although I'm still really disappointed that you didn't go for the zombie killer.
No, I didn't like it. That's a step too far for me.
I know, but honestly, when I saw the colors come out, I mean, it was like the little bro that you have in the blue Kieranite is
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic. It's gorgeous and it's classy and whatever
It
else.
is.
But the absurdity of this knife in slime acid
Yeah.
green Kieranite, all blacked out.
Yeah.
It's just awesome. It is. I mean, and it just looks fantastic. I don't know. It just appeals to something
Yeah.
childlike in my head.
I've got the Cold Steel American Lawman, and it's all blacked out.
Yeah.
It's the only all blacked out knife we've got.
Ah, right.
I'm not particularly into the black.
I know, but it's the green.
Yeah,
Kieranite.
that is the Kieranite is amazing. Like, there's no doubt about it.
But it does look absurd. I know exactly what you mean, especially when you're talking about such classy knives, like stop it, like no, stop it.
Ooh,
He's tempting me again. He's tempting me, but no, he's not getting my midnight jack. No, maybe.
Let's go.
Anyway, we've now got 21 people in, so we're over the
Brilliant.
threshold. So we can actually start
Elan,
making
you're
sense.
very welcome. Is that Mikey Newman in there at the
It
bottom?
is indeed.
Couldn't see
It's
his
the
name.
trouble. It's the trouble himself. Elan's wondering, did you see the wee clip he made of your video today?
No, where did he make it?
Is it a short or something, Elan, or is it under your own channel? I didn't see it either. I saw the Sarky comment you posted underneath his video today, and it just made me laugh. But then I was in stitches with his reaction to this thing today anyway, so which I'm sure most of us were.
Have you got your own as Elan, did you say?
Yeah.
Elan, have you
Reese.
got your Elan Reese? Have you got your own channel, or was this on Instagram or somewhere?
Yes, sure. Yes. Oh,
Yes,
it's a clip. It's on Discord. I'll have a look
Oh,
at it
right,
later.
yeah.
I'll take it out later.
I haven't been into Discord today yet. I've been too busy.
You're never busy.
Yeah, I've been busy today. It was Sally's birthday yesterday, and we still had ones who didn't get yesterday called around today.
Oh, right.
So it was, they literally walked out the door before you came, Stuart and his missus.
So final exchange of gifts and everything?
Yes.
Best
well, they weren't exchanging, just giving.
No, just giving. Don't you? Fair enough.
So, you tell him this time.
So anyway, what we're going to do is Stephen put out a request to a bunch of his subs about 2 or 3 weeks ago to show off their collection. So we asked for a selection of 5 of their knives.
Yes.
5 knives, which seemed like a good way to start. And he got a brilliant response. So we've got plenty of material to play around with, and it gives us an opportunity to show off our rapidly developing stream.
We're gonna show off tonight. Let me tell you, it is.
Well, the proof of the pudding will be in the eating, but we're so pleased with ourselves. It is so unbelievable.
We were sitting in here last night for about an hour fiddling about trying to do it, and my missus thought it was two of the children in playing.
Stephen, could you refrain from using fiddling about and children in the same couple of lines? That just doesn't work well.
The lines blur in this room. The lines blur. But we were high-fiving each other and shouting and screaming.
Yes, we got it working.
Sally was sitting there fucking, what are them two nutters doing?
Yeah, and the two of us were going, yeah, this is how Matt and Thrifty do it. This is how Matt and Thrifty do it. They finally cracked their secret.
Yes, so we're going to show off tonight, and can't wait to show off. But what I'm going to say is, once you've seen these tonight, look at that. Look at it. What we're going to do tonight is, I'm going to ask you again, if you've not sent in 5 knives, if you can see the way we've got these, if you have a picture of your 5 knives opened up, hopefully, on landscape, and then to the side of them or below them, can you put the name of the knives? Because sometimes we don't know every knife that's up there, or like me, I can't remember. So you'll see how this is going to go. If you can do the same and send it to me, just send it to my, where to send it to?
Your Gmail, isn't it? Or do they send it through your WhatsApp?
WhatsApp, I think. Yeah, WhatsApp. If you send it through WhatsApp, and we'll not do this every week, but it'll just be something we'll maybe do once every month or whatever. We'll see how it is. If we've got a blank week, we can throw it in, do an extra one, even if we get many. So let's just get started. I'm doing an awful lot of waffling.
Okie dokie. So
let's go with the first person.
and we'll bring it up and we'll have a look. Oh yeah. Remember what I was saying about us looking good? I've already managed to mess it up.
You have.
Here we go. Okay, so we're going to have a look at some of our knives. And the first one we're going to have a look at was Zen.
Zen.
And Zen presented us with a lovely selection of stuff. Okay, now what we're going to have to do, we're probably going to have to get rid of the comments and then, because we can't see it properly apart from anything.
If you just hit, I was trying to say, if you just hit off to the side, it would take that off.
Oh, right, fair enough.
There you go. Do you want the comments up?
Let's have a look and see.
Yeah,
look,
that's a good picture.
We can actually see what's going on. I'll keep an eye on
this is a really nice picture, by the way. You took a really lovely picture. Thank you, Zen, for joining in. So we'll start on the left-hand side. The Stag Stockman. Are these all? What make? Are these rough? No, these are Bokers. All yes. Bokers. Yes, they are. They're all Bokers. So it's a Stag Stockman. Which is lovely. The Stag Boker do some lovely stag too. They're one of the companies that really do make it, and I like the slips he's got there. He's got the nice. I love a tan slip.
Yeah,
I love a tan slip.
And if I'm not wrong, that's an MKM slip he's using.
It is. Yeah, it looks like it has with the metal flop over.
Yeah, the magnetic one on the back. Yeah,
that's a nice wee one too on the right hand side.
It looks like a proper sheath, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really is nice. So the next one along from the Stag is the Arbolito Copperhead. Arbolito. Yeah. What we got there?
We did. It means little tree.
Give me 5.
Not done.
The Arbolito Copperhead. Now, I do love a Copperhead, and I love a red bone Copperhead. That just looks stunning.
And now look, is that a single bladed one as well? I mean, it's not open, but it looks like a single blade.
Don't know. No, I think that's a double bladed. It's a Copperhead. Most Copperheads are going to be double bladed. Let me just. Have I got a Copperhead here?
I'm like a copper lock, but not a copper.
Yeah, I've got a Copperhead somewhere. Where's my Copperhead?
Oh. But what we thought about these are a lovely set of knives with a lovely bit of character to all of them.
A Copperhead. So you normally have a clip blade and then a Californian clip or whatever you want to call that on the other side. Skinner knife.
Yeah.
I'll just show you. This is normally, I'm not saying that's what that is, but it looks very like it. The Copperhead would normally be that sort of pattern where you get the clip main blade and the Skinner blade as a secondary blade. And I just think, look, this is a Rough Rider. No matter what one you get, in fact, this isn't a Rough, it is a Marbles. There's just a lovely profile with that. You've got 2 decent side blades. And they're both easy to use when the other one's in action. Do you know what I mean? So really nice knife. That's one of the nicest marbles I've got. I love the green bone.
Yeah, it is a cracker one, actually.
Okay.
So,
and next there we have, well, you take the next one.
Well, the Boker Plus double lock back trapper. It's a real mouthful, but it's...
Both the blades lock?
Well, I'm assuming
it says double lockback. Well, there's a lot of ones that say they're a lockback, but only one, the main blade locks up.
To be honest, I've never come across a double lockback.
I haven't had one in my collection, and I've only ever seen them on YouTube. Yeah. But maybe if Zen's out there, he could let us know. Or anybody else that knows?
But I'm assuming it's the same sort of pattern as a traditional trapper, so it would be the big clip and then
because you can see the spay in the background there. Yeah. But I don't know whether it's just one of them actually locks back and the other doesn't. And are they a liner lock? Because I can't see on that whether it's a back lock.
Well, it doesn't lock back. So
true. Yes, sorry. That's a good idea.
Yes, it does what it says on the
read and think. Have to do that.
Yeah. Well, one at a time, Stephen.
But it's a lovely net. It's fun. Yeah.
But it's the next one that really tickles your fancy because you are a Barlow man.
Yeah, and the plum Barlow is lovely. Plum wood is a beautiful wood, and again, it comes in different colors and variations of figurations. Because I know here's it. One of my American friends from New York.
You don't have any friends, Steve?
What do you call him from New York?
Oh,
Jersey knife guy.
Jersey Pete.
Jersey knife guy got the plum. It wasn't on that. It was on it was a German company. Can't think what it was, but he got the plum in it, and it was beautiful looking. That seems a bit of a darker plum, but very, very nice. very nice. It is. I mean, it's Booker just make a lovely knife.
They
don't
do.
They
They
just,
make a. I don't have a Booker, and I really need
uh-huh.
to get one.
the Booker knives are just so. I don't know. There's something. They're Barlow. It's small. If I sort of show you it against another Barlow, let me show you it against a Case Barlow. They're probably about. Where is my Case Barlow? Oh, it's down here. Isn't it?
In the case drawer.
No, it's in the Barlows with. There it is.
Oh, in the Barlow drawer.
Yeah, the Case Barlow. If I just show you the size of the Booker and the case together,
The Booker is very, very small.
It's actually
and slim.
literally a couple of millimeters taller than the case. This being the case, I'm just lining these up at the bottom here. A couple of millimeters taller, but when you're putting it against, like, say, there's a boy's knife. Oh no, here I've got there's a boy's knife, which is another Barlow. You can see the difference if I put them there. There you go. You can see the GEC is quite a bit bigger than the other two. Can you see that? This is a GEC Barlow, the boy's knife. And that's what this is the one I use for taking measurements from. If I'm talking about a GEC Barlow, this would be it, which is just that little bit bigger than the other two. You can see that.
But I think it's the profile of the Booker that actually makes it even more interesting, because
very similar. You can see that. And
but there's an awful lot more to the GEC.
Yeah.
In terms of amount of knife, whereas the Booker comes across as just a very small knife.
Yeah.
And even the case itself, mainly because it's a two-spine, two-bladed knife, there's an awful lot more beef to it. Whereas the Barlow is just a slim.
It's a little boy's knife. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that with the stag and all on it is, super thick compared to just an ordinary GEC, Barlow, and that's why I like this stag.
Yeah,
because it is a little bit of a smaller knife, but you get that grip with a stag,
especially with your big meaty hands.
My hands aren't that big.
I know you've got princess hands. Absolutely.
Oh, just shit myself. Oh.
I have to sit in the same room as you.
It's rolling thunder.
Oh God. Moving swiftly on. If I keel over here, you'll know what the problem is. Okay, so we've had our Trapper, we've had our Barlow, and then we've got the Slimline Trapper here, the 93, which I think is another gorgeous looking knife. It's just so elegant and really, really nice.
Do you know, I never really liked the Slimline Trappers because I'm not a trapper person, to be honest, but that's very similar to the Booker one in size. This is a Shatton Morgan.
Yeah, I love that one.
The wood on it is beautiful too. But I really, really haven't got to enjoy them. And not only that, I recently, and I haven't done a video on it yet, I got a lovely trade for a really lovely
Was that the Fannin?
Yeah, this is a Fannin, which is an American custom knife maker. And it's another Booker, or not a Booker. Trapper, Slimline Trapper, and I'm really starting. That's two now that I really am enjoying. That in hand is lovely. Have you had it? It fills your hand lovely. That one.
It's a beautiful knife. I mean, actually, I was rocking my own Trapper today. I was rocking my Ashley.
Yeah. I say I don't like it. It's just not a knife. I tend if I want a big knife, I go for my GECs.
No, but this isn't a Slimline Trapper.
No, that's I have got one of them.
Yeah, you do indeed.
Yes.
So that's my Ashley Damascus one. But I mean, compared to
Slimline,
the Slimline, it's apples and pears really, just in terms of the handle.
Yeah,
configuration.
They don't have this bulbous end coming down at the back.
But I mean, it is a lovely knife, really.
And yet, by the way, the Ashley one is my Christmas draw. So be standing by. About the 15th, I'll be doing, but probably the 16th, I'll be doing the enter draw. And it'll be drawn on Christmas knife. I am struggling today.
Oh, don't worry.
I'm hyper.
We'll get through.
Yes.
And our last one, oh, they had to throw in a canoe, didn't they?
A canoe, the knife that everybody has and nobody uses.
Yes, and the knife that everybody that I keep on going on the biggest guilt trip that I ever could do. But we won't talk about the canoe tonight until Mikey actually starts causing trouble in the chat.
And that will never be long.
No, I mean, it's like the definition of a nanosecond is between I mentioned the canoe and Mikey being sarcastic in the comments. It's just how it works. So these are Zen's picks.
Zen, thank you so much. And they were lovely picks. It's nice to see them. Again, if we're going to do this in future, if you wouldn't mind opening the knives up when you're taking a picture, it lets us see just what blades they are, and it just makes it a bit easier.
Yeah, but so, otherwise this is just sort of
stick the
badly educated
guesses.
guesswork.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got loads of more people in the room. So we've got Red Stu's in, Mike Curtis is in, Sean's in, Elon's in, Edward Jenkinson.
Edward Jenkinson that's away from up Portrush or somewhere, was it?
Is he? Is that one of our local boys?
I think so. I'm
Excellent.
so bad at doing it. Ed's in.
We've got Ghost in. Ghost, always a pleasure, my man. We've got Ant in. My his Boker Bogwood is not that nice.
All right.
So he's just slightly jealous of yours, I think, or the other one. Very nice.
What have I got on mine?
I don't know.
It's from my Boker. Not think what it is. Mine's micarta. It's brown micarta.
Gorgeous. We've got Dr. Drew Dude in, and I mean, what's not to like? They do make gorgeous slip joints. Now, we were talking about this the other night, and while they make beautiful knives, they can be slightly overpriced, can't they?
Boker?
Yeah.
They can be, yeah. We're a bit lucky here in Europe. We don't pay as much as general as the Americans do because they've got that extra customs cost. We don't have a huge
premium on it.
There's not as much, although it is getting more expensive now, the European
thing is falling apart.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But somebody said you could compare the knives to a Boker knife. You could, or not a Boker, a British
Sheffield,
knife. And a Sheffield knife come in two different varieties. They have this variety, which is a lovely bulbous end, and it's thick. It's a proper stocky. It's the wood, but it's the same sort of thickness as a good stag would be. And I just enjoy this. I don't enjoy the rest of the knife as much, but the handle on a Taylor's Eyewitness is on a Barlow is a beautiful thing. Absolutely. No wonder Slick Slicers. Go and see his channel if you want to see Lee White's work. It's just he's got a huge collection. And
Stephen Cocker does a fantastic.
He does, yeah. Stephen Cocker, yeah, he has. Yes, I've got him trying to get him to make me a knife at the minute, but it's like all them things. It takes time.
Yeah.
And here's an Arthur Wright. Yes, you have the bigger end on it, the bulbous end, but it's not as thick as the Lee White version. Actually, these are definitely not as thick, but you've got that bulbous thing makes such a difference in your hand. Because like anybody says, when you're working with a knife, it nearly is the back of your hand. You're holding on with 2 or 3 of your last fingers, and that's what holds you on. And I tend to use the front 2 fingers or 3 fingers for working, whatever the job is.
Yeah. And we've got Don Steve just saying he's got a new Jesse Hempel today, and he can't stop smiling. Now, I don't know what a Jesse Hempel is, but if it was NKD today, then...
Jesse Hempel?
Yeah, it must be a designer of some sort.
Jesse Hempel.
Have you come across that name before?
No, unless is it a fixed blade? I'm not sure of the name now.
But Don, see if you compare it, I would set it up with another 4 knives and share it with us. We'd love to see what it actually looks like. It would be fantastic.
And there's Joe from SHQ, Dr. Drew Dude, and Steel City Knives. Nice to see you here.
Oh, the troublemakers are in now.
Is it the heavy hitters in now? So
again, yeah, Master HQ. We are talking about other collectors' knives. We've been lucky enough to get a selection of people sending us in some photographs of their own
we
collections.
asked for sort of 5 knives to be sent in and to let us know what the name of the knives were. And these are for people who don't have channels, who are not active on YouTube. So it's just a way for other people to see what's in their collections, and it's something we can repeat if it goes well. And I think it will. I mean, I was so pleased with the response we got. But not for at least a couple of weeks, but we'll probably do it once a month. I don't want. It's not something I want to do all the time because we want to. Our intention is to do. What are you laughing at now?
Well, I'm laughing at
You
Mikey.
making the faces at me?
No, Mike, I'm
You
laughing at
made
Mikey.
faces. Did he make faces at me?
No,
You did.
not yet. I will now that he mentions it. But I was actually laughing at Mikey because Mikey's away in America at the minute.
Is
And
he?
what he's been doing, I mean, most people when they're away in a hotel in America just watch porn and eat pizza all day.
Right.
But what Mikey's been doing is he's away in America and he's been buying knives back in Britain. he's been on Facebook buying knives so that they're waiting for him to get back home when he gets back home. So he's just bought himself a Booker, a first Booker ordered, and it'll be waiting for him hopefully when he gets back home. I mean, honestly, Mikey, you're just incorrigible. I mean,
Well,
an example to us all, but incorrigible.
Would we be any different? Because I would
not.
actually be in America, going to the American shops, buying knives and posting them back to me.
Well, but I mean that's more reasonable.
Yes.
I mean it's I mean if you're
Yes,
in America,
Mikey is different.
yes, he's sort of
Challenged.
that's the word I was looking for. Yes.
So yeah,
absolutely.
Joe. I mean, Joe, if you want to send in 5 of your nice knives, pick really nice ones, show them in. It's not a showing off, but it's nice just to see. A lot of people maybe don't know Joe from back when he was doing a YouTube channel. He still has a YouTube channel, and go and follow him if you're not. But it would be nice to see some of your high-end knives that you've got, because I know you've got some beautiful ones there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, shall we have a look at our next one?
Yes, please do.
Absolutely. So give us a second.
And for those of you who've ridden there and you don't have many slip joints, this isn't just a slip joint thing. This last one was, I just asked for, slip joints, but there we go. We got a fixed blade in this one. So it doesn't have to be. So whatever you have, just let's see them.
Okay.
And this is Terrell's. And Terrell has got his daughter to do these pictures for us. So we thank his daughter. He's like myself, Terrell. He's not very tech. We're two old farts that just haven't learned. So Oviedo is his daughter. Sorry. So Nora,
no, Lawrence is his daughter. Oviedo, I think it's something else. I think it's Lawrence. Is it all right?
Right. Okay.
Or am I just making that up?
I have no idea.
Oh no, Oviedo. No, okay.
Right.
Anyway, never mind.
Sent you my 6 buffalo horn case now. So it's got a case, the 5-inch. This is the Hunter up at the top, which is beautiful. I love that Hunter. I love as it comes from the castle, that little dip, like where you can get a thumb position. But lovely, lovely knife.
Yeah, and then is that the case cheetah?
That's a case cheetah.
Is the cheetah the one with the wee sort of guard?
Yes, but that doesn't seem to have a guard on it.
No, it doesn't.
Does it?
No.
Oh no, maybe it's folded in. Is it folded in the front? Can you make that bigger?
Oh yes, it is.
It
No,
is,
I
yeah.
can't, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
When you open it up, it comes up with it and
Yeah.
slides across.
it's like a wee T guard almost.
Yes,
Yeah, it's the bizarrest
It's really bizarre.
design.
The only thing that I could say is when I've seen them in the really cheaper versions of it, that guard wobbles a bit.
Mhm.
But once you go up, I don't think the cases do. They come down and they're solid. I would find it off-putting if it was wobbly. That would make me.
It's another one of those things that would be.
It's the sort of thing I would rather pay the extra money,
to
and
get
that's all right
something.
if you can do it. If you can't, blooming heck, never worry. But I think I'd want one, and I think cases when you open it, it's pretty stiff.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but I think it's a great idea.
But it is a great idea. But talking about wobble, actually, what we're going to do before we go any further, and before we look at the rest of Terrell's knives, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Okay, so this is my GEC 74.
Yep.
74. Okay, so it's a lovely lockback in, I don't know, rosewood or something. I can't remember. I think it's Brazilian or Chechen hardwood, actually. Chechen rosewood.
Chechen. Yeah.
So it is an absolutely gorgeous knife. It's a 72 actually, not 74. But it's a lockback. And as with an awful lot of GECs, it's got a little bit of lock rock. Okay. Now, does my head in. Okay. And it means I love the shape of the knife. I look at the knife. I love the feel of the knife. But the lock rock just does me. So Stephen has said to me tonight that a potential solution for this is to whack it so that it'll tighten it up a wee bit.
See, I'm a whacker with a plastic hammer and see if it works. I know it does for side to side rock, but can somebody tell us, can I whack it? Will it help that wiggle up and down? I don't know whether it will or not. and I don't want to whack it if I don't need to.
And I mean, the problem being that if we whack it, what we'll do is we'll probably expose the pin.
Yeah, it depends. That you're whacking it and you'll hit the nickel silver over the top of it, and you'll see the mark off it, or it can actually break through.
Yeah,
depending on how hard I whack it.
Yeah. So 2 questions.
Yeah.
First of all, does everybody think it will work? And second of all, if it will work, do you think it should do it? And we'll take a vote in the comments,
right?
Because I'm faced with decision paralysis here, so let's leave it up to you.
I mean, you
guys.
can send it back to GEC and get them to fix it.
Oh, I know, but yeah, I'm not going to send it all the way back to America,
right?
And whatnot. I prefer to almost roll the dice, Stephen. Roll the dice. Not yet. No, not yet. We'll put it on the anvil.
Device of death.
Device of death. In the comments, what do you think it should do? Okay.
Will a whack in the bolster help up and down? I know it does, obviously, the side to side, but I think it might actually help the up and down. But I am wrong on so many occasions.
We have Mjolnir here, the hammer of the gods, as Dan would say. So tell us what you think, and we'll see what we're going. So well, first of all, Tony says, what's the worst that can happen? It's my GEC, Tony. And then Messerich is saying, I think it comes from wiggle room between the tang and the blade walk.
Yeah.
I think it will make it worse. Ooh, I don't think you should do it. I like the logic in there. I like the logic.
I thought Paddy was wearing smart. I don't think it'll work. It's a spring or tang thing.
It's a spring or tang problem.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm touched.
Yeah.
They're looking after my
knives. Chickens. That I said, whack it.
Anyway, that's good enough for me, fellas. That's good enough for me. Thank you very much for the advice. Advice well taken, and I'm now going to never listen to Stephen again. So anyway, we're talking about Terrell's picks.
Yes. Lovely buffalo horn. I've just ordered what did I order with a buffalo horn? Oh,
the
yeah. The Etric. I just ordered an Etric. Yes, so buffalo horn I do like. I've got a couple of buffalo horn knives, but not enough. So I've got that. The cheetah is something I've never had. It's probably something that I personally don't really find a need for, because one, it's locking and it's got a guard.
Yeah, it's an unusual
knife. Yeah, but I think if you were sort of American and you were a hunter, a guy, even to go out and if you got a squirrel or something, you can put that guard up. It does give you some form of. If it was a child, you could buy it for a youngster.
Are you going to be dueling with the squirrel?
A child would even stop them maybe going up if they were doing that. So I don't know. And this next
one, of course,
the
Sodbuster. I mean, it's a Case Sodbuster Junior. You can't go wrong with Case
Sodbusters. Are they're phenomenal. They are absolutely. This is the first year I've had one.
Is it really?
Always had GEC, but I never got a Gizmo. Actually, sent me this one as a gift. So I have just the standard, but this is a nice thin one with the bone on it. Beautiful knife in hand. Absolutely love it. This is just I'm comfortable doing anything with it.
They're beautiful.
Just a lovely,
but it's that slimness again. They're just so beautiful. And
yeah.
So...
The plastic ones are much thicker.
Yes.
And they're more like a GEC.
I have the amber jig bones.
The difference in thickness, if anybody didn't know, between
the bullnose.
The bullnose. There we go.
Oh, it's considerable. It's almost twice as thick.
Can you see the difference? It's huge difference in thickness between the two. And you have not much bigger, but about 1/4 of an inch of bigger blade on the GEC.
Hold that up again.
Good solid knife. Oh, there we go. There you go. Great difference in thickness. This is a handful. This to me is what I would call take to work knife. Even if you work in a building site, this is stocky and good enough. This is a home GEC, a work as in an office work or whatever, or just working about the house on silly little jobs in the house.
Yeah.
Not silly little jobs, but the jobs you do most of.
Yeah. But it's a working knife. Yeah. It's a beater.
I've eaten with it. I've eaten steak with it. Anything, if it's on me, I'll use it. But this would be my working knife. So
that's the one I bring down to the allotment.
Yes.
True.
When we went in the depths of the woods in Bangor,
Yeah, I'm getting mixed messages. There's Messer HQ. Is it Joe in Messer HQ?
Yeah, Joe.
Joe saying, yeah, go for it after he's just told me that'll ruin the knife. And then we've got Steel City Knives. He's trying to wind me up by saying, roll the dice. But it's not my knife. He wouldn't do it himself. And then the best one, of course, is from Elan, who says he's offering to fix it, but he's never going to send it back.
I thought Paddy needed a pubic trim. Yeah, you're not having much luck with knives.
Honestly,
Mikey,
Mikey,
so it's up for trade to anyone in America.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh
Mm.
no, that's Ghosts. Is up for trade to anybody in America. And it is a pity, Ghost, because they're such lovely knives. It's a beautiful knife.
I was going to buy it tonight, but
the lock is too.
It's actually just a wee bit. Yeah, I would have to send it back, and that's a bit of a cost to get it sent. Yeah. Send it there and get it back again. You're talking about 36 quid just to get it either way.
It's sort of adding an insult to injury almost.
So it's about like $50 to get it sent there and back. So it would just put too much on it.
Yeah, Sean, the bullnose is hard to beat. I have to say the bullnose is my favorite GEC, and it's a cracker. It's one that I'd never give away.
I know this is going to get the haters out, but my favorite is the Jack Wolf knife version of the Pioneer version. Exactly that same shape, same sort of blade. This is just my favorite. I've been carrying it this week quite a lot. Beautiful knife, really lovely. So
that's an interesting one. Don C saying that he read that the lock rock, it's because the pivot bolt is ever so slightly too small.
Yeah,
or too thin.
Not the pivot bolt. No, it's I couldn't explain it. I do know what they were talking about, but it's something to do with the tang.
Yeah, and
not meeting properly or not a bit short.
It's just, but it's like we were saying to Ghost at that time. It's just slightly irritating, and knives as good as high quality as GEC that they can. I mean, I've got lockback knives. I mean, I've got a Civivi Appalachian Drifter that is, or no, Rustic Gent and lockback, and there's not a wibble on it. It's just fantastic.
It is unusual, but it has. I've heard it happen quite a few times in GEC.
Yeah.
Now, again, I don't know whether that's the handwork, that it's done by handwork, or this is actually milled. Mm-hmm. It's just it could go on for ages before somebody catches it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's one of those things.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're back to Terrell's knives. So we've done the Cheetah and the Sodbuster, and the other one was in the middle is the Doctor's
knife.
Yeah.
I'm really coming around to the Doctor's knife. I am really coming. I didn't like them at first, but I'm really coming around to them. It's funny, I was playing about with it today. I have a couple of Rough Rider. I have a couple of Rough Rider ones, and they're actually lovely knives. I mean, you could take it out if you're going for a meal, and it would be a lovely steak knife.
Yeah, it
really would, and it's unoffensive. Whereas if I take my big this big baby out, which I'd be prone to do because I've eaten so many steak with this knife, people might just get a wee bit offended. But the wee Doctor's knife, you wouldn't offend anybody.
Absolutely.
But even if you cut a sandwich in your lunch, it's that sort of thing. It's a nice, and it'll open envelopes and work.
Oh, did I share this? I think I shared last week. I'm starting to forget what the stories that I've told in this joint after a while. And then down the bottom we've got another Barlow, and a soy belly. It's almost like the ghost of TK and Matt are still hanging about here. So they are.
That Barlow is beautiful.
It is. It really is. Actually.
Really nice. Really nice. I do like that Barlow, and there's writing on that Barlow too, isn't there?
Yeah. It's a Baron Sons, isn't it? Yes, the Baron.
It's the Baron Sons. That's right. Yeah, it just says Barlow.
Yeah.
If it's Baron Sons, you say, but it's a lovely shape. It's just a Barlow shape.
Classic.
Really lovely. And what was the last one?
That's the soy belly.
The soy belly and the Baron Sons Barlow.
Yeah.
Lovely. Terrell, thank you so much. It was really well worth your daughter's time doing that for us. Really nice to see your knives.
An absolute pleasure.
And put some more in, and we can definitely get you in a follow on.
So our third one then is going to be a perennial favorite and a big supporter of the show.
Yes.
Is Gizmos.
And
Gizmo sent us a bevy of Rough Riders.
Yeah.
All pretty much all of them in a Congress pattern.
Yep. Yeah, they're all Congress. I think, I'm not sure that wee white one, but the rest are Congress, I believe. Starting with, let me see.
And they're not all Rough Riders, actually. The Shatton
No,
Morgan.
yeah, the Shannon Morgan.
Is that the little one?
The Frost knife was made in Japan. We just don't know the order of them. That's
yeah,
what,
which is the pity.
I mean, that's sort of, if you're going to do it, I mean, it's lovely putting the pictures. I'm glad the blades are out, but because we're not that knowledgeable, if you could put the name of them in order so that we can then actually follow them.
Yeah.
But as Gizmo's just has got, I'm sure Gizmo's got the
look
most
at that
lovely.
mother of pearl one, though. That mother of pearl one is absolutely gorgeous. I reckon
The
that's
Shatton
the
Morgan.
Shatton Morgan one down the bottom, the mother of pearl one, surely.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because you
then-
can see the markings on
And
it.
then
But
the
it's
big one is
gorgeous.
the Frost, is the
big
Frost
one's
knife
the
from
Frost.
Japan.
The larger, yeah.
Many others are the Rough Riders.
Because Frost knives are made in China, weren't they? Most of
I
them.
have no idea.
Isn't that
It's not,
one of
it's
the-
not a brand I'm familiar
It's
with.
one of the more budget bands, Frost. I'm sure it is.
Well, if they're made
Frost
in Japan,
knives,
no, I
yeah.
mean they're
Japan were, yeah. When Japan made really good knives.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
they really did.
and they're still making the spider goes in Seiki City. So
Yeah, but
it's-
Moki, you can still pick up the Mokis very rarely now and then. They're
Mhm.
great, but they're so expensive, and
really,
they're Aussie steel most of the time. But they had it down. It's a gentleman's knife. Again, Aussie, easy to short strop. Great steel.
I was gutted. A friend of mine was over in Japan in November there, and he'd actually bought me a knife to bring back because he tends to bring me a knife. But internal flights in Japan, you can't carry a knife of any kind, shape or description. He had to give it up. And it was so I didn't even get to see
I
what it
didn't
was.
realize the Chinese are not even allowed to carry a knife.
Really?
Yeah, they make for the rest of the world, and they're not allowed to carry them.
Big grief.
Craziness.
Well, at least it's just
Because
sort of reassuring to know that we haven't got the maddest laws in the entire world.
Yeah, just as a wee bit of interest. How I found this out was there was knife makers who make knife for a certain brand. They're one of the brands. I don't want to say it out loud, but they make knives for a certain big brand that are very popular at the minute. They design the knives, and then the company makes them. But somebody wanted to send them a knife, and if you see, they have got to go through about 10 different places
To actually
to
get
get
it
the
cleared.
knife into them so that they could, see the knife itself. And yet the knife they're making is in their own country. And to get anybody else's knife, it's nearly like, like a James Bond episode just to get the knife into them because it's illegal to have them.
Unbelievable.
Crazy.
Stephen,
Crazy.
I think it should be. I think it's important to point out that we have got a major milestone on our podcast today.
Have we?
We do.
What's that?
We've got women in the club.
We have got women in the club.
Kathleen and Anita, you are very welcome.
Very, very well. I was
Lovely to
talking
see
to
you.
Kathleen today as well. I
Yeah.
sent Anita a little message. We still haven't got deers yet, Anita. In fact, we're going to do it now while you're here because there's a couple of them. I wasn't sure what they were.
So we can ask you the right questions at the right time.
And the first thing I just want to introduce people to Anita. Anita is she is a proper knife user. She is a whittler and she's part of a lot of whittling clubs. If you ever seen the knife that I got to start me whittling, or not the knife that I got, Anita done this for me. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. Anita made this for me and she done it overnight. It's just amazing.
Hold it up again.
There we go. There it is. So this is what Anita does with her knives. So it's nice that Anita showed us the knives, some of the knives that she has, and you'll see now by the selection.
Yeah, and actual ones that she uses to put these things together.
Oh, Anita will use a knife more than most men in the world. Where have you gone now?
Hold on a wee second. I'm nearly there. And here we go. Boom, 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 boom. And we'll move on. We'll come back to John's. There's Anita's.
Anita, there we go. The Rough Rider 205, I think, is a Stockman.
Uh-huh.
A Soybilly. Is a Soybilly Stockman? Is that right, Anita? I can't see her yet.
So there.
The Oak Carver, I'm not sure who made that. I didn't get a close-up of that, Anita. Just the flex cuts, self-explanatory. The other two are self-explanatory. But the Rough Rider, I believe it's a Stockman, which you use quite a lot. And the Oak Carver, I'm not.
I mean, it's a canoe of some
Yeah,
sort, but they're smaller whittling blades, I think.
Yeah, it looks like there's one down the center and two either side.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get Anita to tell us that. Let's pop back and see what Anita says, if she's managed to get in there.
Absolutely. So yeah, a really interesting selection of practical working knives there, as opposed to the showy fancy ones. So it's nice to see.
Terrell in.
He is indeed. It's not a sow belly.
It's just a stockman.
Just a standard stockman.
And the oak carver, who makes that, Anita? And is it a 3-bladed carver, like a main blade and 2 small? Or 3 small? Does anybody else do carving in the
chat?
In the chat? I still haven't got around to it. I've had so many good intentions. I've got all the knives to use now. I bought myself a cheaper set of carving knives, but I've enough in my ordinary collection of which will do it. I just haven't got around to it.
Oh, there's no shortage of knives.
No.
But it's also an excuse for you to get a whittler that you don't have.
Yes. I really wanted. I had GEC whittlers. Anita will know I had some lovely GEC whittlers. I passed them on and sold them.
Absolutely.
Where's Anita?
There she is.
Oh, there she is.
So the oar has 2 blades, a big one and a small one. The small one is the most used blade. So it's that fine detail work, probably.
Yeah. And a lot of the small ones on them are like a Warncliffe blade or a
sheepsfoot or a coping blade or something.
Coping blade is the other one they seem to use quite a lot of. He says, just listening to what other people have said. But Anita, really, I wish you would hassle me, embarrass me in the comments, because I helped my brother make giant totems. My goodness, his father just passed, as he has more than 20 totems all over BC. Wow,
that's British Columbia. So
wow, what a claim to fame!
Absolutely.
My gosh, how long would an average totem take to do?
Don't see.
The oar is made by Queen Cutlery. Queen Cutlery designed by Ross Orr. Right, never heard of Ross Orr.
So Orr Carver, it's just from his name. That's amazing.
The Flex Cut Whittling Jack. I went and had a look at them. It's surprising the price. They are a dear article. They were.
What's really special about them? Is it a specific kind of blade, or?
Yeah, the specific blades, and some of them had like curved blades, and and they're special. Even their one tips are a different shape. It's made specifically for whittling, and there's no big ones on it. It's nearly all little small blades and scoops for doing spoons or whatever. I take it.
There's Sean. Yeah, a few spoons. Anybody who's done any bushcrafting has probably tried their hand at whittling spoons. This is true.
One of my favorite that I've done years ago was I carved a penknife from a wee grandchild, a wee wooden penknife. And it was it was a fixed blade, but I just carved it, and it came out absolutely brilliant. It took ages to do it, whereas somebody who's a bushcrafter, I sat for hours doing it, and I had to get it perfect, so there was nearly a cutting edge on it.
In wood,
and then I wasn't allowed to give it to my grandchild.
Oh, of course, because it was too sharp. Yes.
So no, I get blunted, and he had it in the end eventually.
Here we go. Here's some more detail as well. So his father could do a 30-foot totem in a year. We've been working on a 15-foot one for about a year. We mounted in his grandparents' yard. That's amazing.
I would love to. If you ever get a chance to send us some photographs,
Dawn, we'd love to see it. We would really love to see it. And if you need any help carving that totem, I'm sure that Anita would love to come across to BC and bring her knives to bear on it. That would be brilliant.
Anita has a channel. Go and check her out. Her Instagram channel, and I believe she has a YouTube channel. But check Anita out. She does some fantastic work. Really is just a super girl. And she sells these. If you want to buy her, go and buy them off her. Because let me tell you, she sells them at a price that's very affordable. And then you can paint them yourself. Even if you don't want to carve it, you can paint it yourself. But I am going to try and copy that.
Her Steel City's just subbed to Anita. So
hopefully
we'll be we'll have started a new enthusiasm for
carving. Carving. I really do want it. That's one of them things I really do want, and then I never sit down for 10 minutes and do it.
But
I sit down and go to sleep a lot.
Yeah. Well, at least you're sleeping now.
Yes.
At least you're sleeping. That's a blessing.
Uh-huh.
There you go. Okay. So, Anita, thank you very, very much for sharing your knives with us. Those are absolutely
So
brilliant.
there's the GEC that I had, and I wish I'd never had changed.
Oh, yeah. You were
It's
saying
the
about
three.
the
It's the
Farmington.
3-blade, but they were all Warncliffes,
Uh-huh.
and they were just beautiful. One sort of smallish one, and then 2 tiddly ones at the end.
Uh-huh.
Beautiful knife. I really wish I'd have kept it out of them all, because I've now learned it's the wee blades that you do most of the work with. Right. What's
And
Sean
now we
Cutler's?
have the sublime to the ridiculous. There we have Mikey Newman claiming to have carved a life-size replica of St. Paul's with a classic SD.
Yeah, okay, Mike.
Stay in America, Michael. Stay in America.
Mike's drinking, isn't he?
Yeah.
That is definitely moonshine talk.
There's definitely things. No, he's making unreasonable claims. He's been hanging around. And now, Tony, don't encourage him. Do not encourage him. Okay? So, anyway, what we'll do is we'll go back to John's selection of knives. And we have here a really interesting selection, actually. So some lovely ones. I mean, there's some that are quite familiar to the group. I mean, the Appaloosa boned coffin jacket.
Have you got one of them yet?
No,
they're just, I don't know. They're a bit big for me. They're 2-bladed, but not just that they're 2-bladed.
They're big now.
Big, yeah.
But you can't fault the quality.
Oh, absolutely. The fit and finish in every one of them I've seen has been
stunning. I mean, what are they, like 24 quid or something like that?
Yeah, in America they're 16, 17 quid, or dollars, as you say, but here they're 20 odd pounds. Yeah. So probably the higher end.
I mean, they are ridiculous value for what they are.
And that black and white really does stand out. It is
lovely.
beautiful.
It really is. Very nice.
Every time I look, I always look for the shield to see how it's put in, because it's a dead giveaway. If it's a bit shoddy, then
not quite there.
Every one of them seen it's nearly perfect. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Nearly perfect.
And I do like the Ace of Spades thing.
Love it.
I think it's a really nice,
super knife.
I mean, obviously, Rough Rider have learned their lesson in terms of. I mean, they must have listened to the community in terms of taking the big RR off, off the bolsters and everything.
Took them flipping years.
Oh, it did.
That ruined Rough Rider, because there's some beautiful knives out there that I would love now that they haven't got. But I'm going to go back to it. There's nothing wrong with 440A, but come on, Rough Rider. Everybody else is doing this. Well, a lot of companies are doing the same price as you now with D2.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got to up that. Even a 440C would be a one you could lend the rest of your time on, because it gives you good edge rotation, takes a wicked edge. It really is just a super knife. Come on, Eddie.
Okay.
Well, there's
Sal's out, you see, so we're babysitting the dogs as well. So and they're very demanding. They're even more demanding than Stephen is. I mean, so it's like I'm looking after 3 children.
There's another one I want to get myself, is that the cinnamon bone. Cinnamon bone. Although an awful lot of people get them and say it rubs off. The older ones, that it all just sort of rubbed off.
The color?
The color in between the bone that whether it burnt it or whatever they put on. I don't even think it's burnt. I think it's something that's put on.
Treatment.
But can anybody tell me, has that changed now? Have they? Because you used to be able to rub all the cinnamon that was meant to imitate cinnamon on it. When you used it, the cinnamon just came off it. And if that's the case, I might even still buy one and not use it and just have it there, because I think it looks really pretty.
Yeah, it is. The cinnamon bone ones are really quite nice. Up top, then I think that's the same range for the copperhead.
Definitely, I would get that.
Yeah,
that's a nice.
It's a fantastic. What's a tadpole?
It's a wee tiny assisted flick opening thing. Have you not seen them?
No.
Oh, they were. What did they call it? What was the name they called the tadpole? The fighting gherkin or something. They had all different names for it. It was just, I think Big Red started it all off. What did he call it? Danger Pickle. They had so many different names. And then Rough Rider brought a whole slew of these different names. Yeah, there was wasps, there was all sorts. And then everybody gave them their own name, sort of thing.
And I mean, that's what John was saying. I mean, it does bring a laugh. It does make people laugh, basically, because it's such a sort of comical little knife. So in the middle is Rough Rider Reserve. So but that looks like
it's not a Rough Rider Reserve.
Where's the Rough Rider Reserve? In the middle is my first ever the blue and black Tanto. That's a Rough Rider
Oh,
Reserve.
I think he's meant to put locker knife because it's a flick knife there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a flick knife.
It's not, I don't think it's right. And on the bottom, it's the big,
The Big
the Big
Daddy.
Daddy Barlow.
I have the same Big Daddy
Yeah.
Barlow, which is a beautiful big knife.
Mm-hmm. The bone on that.
It's,
looks
the value for
fantastic.
money on that knife is just crazy. Like, I got this from Slick Slicers. He actually sent me this. He had a couple and sent me it. Look at that bone.
It's
on
a
it.
monster.
Yeah, it's a Big Daddy Barlow. That's the size
It
of word.
really is.
And that would have been really popular, especially in America in the early part of the century.
It is a monster.
But like for, again, a 20
£20
pound knife, just unbelievable.
I know.
Like if they would just go to 440C, I think you could stop asking because you don't need 440C is much more of a working blade.
Yeah.
Again, 440A would do me part of a day, but I would just like to know I've got that wee bit.
I think it's another one of those mindset things. It's sort of when it's in your head and you think, I know when I'm reaching for knives, the thing that puts me off my case knives is probably because it's sitting beside D2 or VG10 or a not Magna Cut yet, but or M390 or whatever else, and you're going, and you're and
you're not a sharpener, so that thought is very prevalent.
Absolutely.
Although I don't know why you use them because you won't bring them over here and I'll sharpen them while we're doing a show. I mean, I can have 5 or 6 knives sharpened.
I'm going to get into my sharpening. I'm promising you.
Come over here and do it, and I'll teach you.
Once I get the Christmas tree out of the shed, I'm going to clean the shed, and then I'm going to be.
Well, I'll come over to your shed, and we'll give you a hand one
absolutely,
day.
and we will.
Oh God, the men in the shed.
Men in the shed.
That's a lovely collection, John. Thank you so much. Really nicely laid out as well.
And I think that's a beautiful way to wrap it up.
It is.
I mean, those are 5 lovely collections.
They really are, and all so different, which is really. And the ones we've got in reserve now are the same. And I got a couple of people sent videos in of their 5, so we'll do them as well.
Apart from anything else, that'll give us a new little technological challenge to overcome. How do we get the video?
That? All right.
No, I know we can do it.
You're saying we. Stop it.
This is a team effort,
Stephen. I did help once last night.
You did?
Once.
Yes, when I was going down a rabbit hole.
I guessed right.
He's got. I mean, even a broken watch is right twice a day. So
I heard they bought the acorn shields from Old Remington stock on those cinnamon stag. Oh, right. Ooh. Right.
Yeah, you're learning.
But they're nice looking. Has anybody come back there? Did anybody come back and tell me?
Angry
watermelon. That's I got some of the names wrong. Yeah. Did anybody come back and say whether the cinnamon stag, the coloring on the handles is staying on now? Because I know somebody showed it on video and was just rubbing it, and it came off in his finger. Yeah.
No, nobody's mentioned that so far. Sean and Mikey are comparing their experience with magic mushrooms, I think, but we'll leave them to it. Well, I'm assuming it's magic mushrooms. It could just be, I don't know, chanterelle or whatever.
So let us know in the comments here. Did you enjoy seeing that tonight? Our presentation will probably get better as we go along, but did you enjoy that sort of thing? And if would you be interested in the future sending 5 pictures in with the blades open and the name of the knives underneath? It would be amazing. I would love to do it if you would like to do it, especially if you haven't got a channel or you're not on YouTube so much at the minute, but you just fancy showing a few of your knives.
So, but just in wrapping this up, I mean, our thanks to Zen, to Terrell, to John, to Anita, and Gizmo. Yes. Let's not forget Gizmo.
So,
because it was an absolute joy to do.
I think we're going to have to adjust this format when we get used to it. We'll have to sit and get a.
What we need
our presentation wasn't good.
Yeah, well, we need closer. We need to get closer into the pictures. I think so we can show them off a wee bit more.
Right.
So we've got a few technological challenges to overcome. But we'll get there.
Yes. But so absolutely. Let us know. Please let us know if you like it or not. And if you go over onto the main channel once this gets uploaded, if you would put them on there, that would be brilliant, because otherwise I'll never get to read them.
Okay.
So I'd really appreciate that. And if you go on that other channel, or where you're anywhere now, hit the flaming like button.
What he said.
Yeah.
Ghost was just saying that he's got the cinnamon bun. He doesn't have any problems with wear on it.
Okay. That should be good enough for us. That's made it.
Mikey's threatening to send in 5 of his knives.
Yeah, Michael, please do.
Absolutely.
And
And actually, Mike,
Sean.
I think you should send the knives. Don't bother about a photograph. Just send us the knives.
No, the more of you do it, the more we can see that people want to have it. I just think it's lovely getting to see different people's knives that you talk to on YouTube, but you don't actually see them. And that makes me happy to see my subscribers' knives, because all I ever do is shove my knives in front of your face.
And it's so nice to see other people's
really,
collections.
really
It
nice.
really is.
Yeah.
Donnie hasn't seen me the trapper he sent me. You sent him, but I'm going to get him to show it to me now before when we go. That's from Don C. So we'll get a look at that one.
The trapper who?
Don C sent you.
For who? For you?
No, it was for you. You just need to show it to me. Don't worry.
Have I got it?
I'm sure you have it somewhere. Now you've sent him into a spiral where he's trying to remember something he's forgotten, Don.
When did he send it? Was this recently? I've had terrible posts.
Hang on a second. Let me just use my mental powers of telepathy to see what Don is trying to say.
I'm gonna hit your knife
from 9,000 miles away in British Columbia. For crying out loud, what are you talking to me? So anyway, it says Justin on its Boker. Oh, it says Justin on it.
I can't think what it is.
I'm going to have a route through all these knives now, Don. See, so don't you worry. Wait, I will find it.
I'm having trouble. Not trouble. It's just taking a long time for knives to get from here to America and from America to here. I've had some. I was sent a knife on the 18th. No, it was in our customs on the 18th of December, and I still haven't got it.
18th of November?
18th of November, sorry. Yeah. 18th of November, and I still haven't got it.
Yeah, that's nearly a month.
Yeah. But I've done that before in 6-8 weeks, and then it comes, and then they charge you £11 for the privilege.
Oh. Now, let's see. Now, Dawn, was it a picture you sent, or was it the knife itself? All right, I'm completely confused now. Maybe it was a picture he sent through to you on Instagram or on WhatsApp. Anyway, you're confusing the hell out of me, and we're about to bail because TK's just arrived, and that's always an excuse for us to stop. So because otherwise he just takes over, and you know what happens? It just turned into a complete disaster.
Hello, TK. I like you,
John. How are you? It's a pity that you weren't here earlier because you missed out on some lovely knives. That
the best editing show ever. put yours to shame.
Yeah, we've got this.
Everybody said
so. Thing. We've got this whole slideshow thing down pat. Yeah, and just to prove it, Kathleen says that we should have the best presentations. And
brilliant.
You're 100% right, Kathleen.
Kathleen, just send us your address. The flowers are on the way.
Boys, girls,
Kathleen, can we have 5 of your knives? Because you've just been coming about, and I really want to keep you ladies about, because you give a different opinion than what we do on knives sometimes. Yeah. But I would really love to see 5 of your knives, or if you haven't got 5, send me the ones you have.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds like a brilliant idea. Okay. Elan, previous winners cannot win knives, so TK cannot win another knife. We've decided that, or I've decided that. So that you should still get in.
On what knives? This is my knife, the Christmas knife.
Yes, the Christmas knife. Elan is casting nasturtiums. He's suggesting that the fix is in. That TK always seems to win.
Oh, it is fixed, but it's not TK.
All right, is it another favorite?
Yeah, it's not. Yes, I do my drawing live on Christmas night in front of your eyes. So,
TK, you're not wrong, mate. More to the point, the dog is the only one making sense. Never mind telling the truth. Folks, thank you very much for joining us. I'm sorry we couldn't go any longer, but honestly, there's only so much that we can bear, and I'm sure it's pretty much about as much as you guys can bear of us. So we'll call it a night there, and look forward to seeing you next time. Cheers. Thank you very, very much for all those sent the pictures in. There'll be another one next month of the ones that we didn't see tonight. And thanks again to everybody. All the best. Bye.